God damn. Ow! Ow! Not doing that again. Bonjour, je m'appelle Natalie. It's Buoneville Sama Chanel. I think that's how you say it. Sorry, I actually lost my 60 or 70 day Duolingo streak about 2 months ago, so kind of a lame intro. Now, I was supposed to be doing this video in cosplay, but I'm not doing it in cosplay despite me having the cosplay and having already filmed this in cosplay. I'm filming it again because my makeup was so bad that day that legitimately I looked sick. And Bella is like one of my favorite princesses. She's fantastic. However, this is not her day. This book doesn't even take place in the same era she lived in. So I had no responsibility to do this in cosplay. I will do the next French book I read in cosplay, so So lame introductions aside, good morning everybody, my name is Natalie. If you're new here, good morning, how are you? And if you're not new here, welcome back. This is the book we're talking about today. It is The Paper Girls of Paris. Actually, it's just Paper Girl. Paper Girl of Paris. One singular girl. And this is by Jordan Taylor, who honestly kind of love this book. Kind of love this author right now. As usual, as we always do with these book reviews, we're gonna start with the book description, and then we're gonna go to the non-spoilers, and then we're gonna jump across to the spoilers, and then we're gonna swim all the way back for the author information. I have no idea what I'm on. Let's start with the book description and move from there. When 16-year-old Alice inherits an apartment in Paris that has been locked for over 70 years, she's determined to discover why its existence was hidden from her family for so long. However, the more time she spends digging through the mysteries of the past, the more she realizes there are secrets in the present that her family is refusing to talk about. That's half the book. Now to the then. Ever since the Nazis invaded France, Adeline has been determined to do something. When she meets Luc, the dashing, enigmatic leader of the resistance group, Adeline feels she finally has a chance to fight back, even if it means risking her safety, her reputation, her relationships with the people she loves the most. And then finally, at the bottom, although separated by generations, Alice and Adeline's fates are intertwined in both heartbreaking and hopeful ways. Jordan Taylor masterfully weaves together both girls' stories into a thrilling combination of high-stakes, tantalizing mystery and the romance of the City of Lights. Not bad. I like it. This one seems kind of fun, kind of happy, kind of woo, you know, I am enjoying the book so far. Unlike last book we talked about, My Roommate is a Vampire, we're not talking about that one again. It's got two very different but very connected storylines, and it's done so well, guys. It's done absolutely beautifully. You know just ever slightly more about Adeline's life than you do about Adeline's life in Alice's story. Like, it's hard to explain, but basically Alice is finding more about Adeline, where Adeline is telling her story alongside, but you know ever so much more about Adeline during her story than you know about Adeline during Alice's story. So you're always at the same pace, if not a little ahead, but it makes for a very fun read. That being said, there are some mysteries in Adeline's perspective that you don't find out in Alice's, that you have to only find out in Adeline's. You can't avoid reading one side, by the way. They're literally set up so that every other chapter is like the different person's perspective. The author does such an amazing job of going through past trauma to current trauma in this giant family that just, well, not giant, it's a very small family, but it's a pretty interesting way of looking at it, you know? In Alice's world, you've got a family that never talks about their problems, and that causes more problems familially, and it's such a heartbreaking story to be hearing, because you know that that's the current events that you're supposed to be listening to, and in world, all the other stuff is going on in the past. I mean, Alice's mom just lost her mom, Allison's grandmother, and she refuses to talk about how upset and depressed it makes her. And it's hard learning how many secrets her mother kept from her. Well, not Alice's mother, Alice's grandmother kept from Alice's mother. There's a lot of people in this book, all right? There's a lot of people. Stay with me, people.
Let's go.
The ambitions of Alice trying to solve the mystery of her Gram and her Gram's sister, while her whole family seems to be wanting to bury this entire thing and acted like it never happens, is just like, it's harrowing. It's like, what's happening? Like, what's she gonna do? And don't even get me started on Adeline. The girl is living through occupation in France during World War II. It's like, it's disturbing. Now, there isn't any dead bodies or anything, nothing like that, but it is like, you know, it's World War II, people. It's France in World War II. There's some stuff going on. I don't even know if I can put the word Nazi in here. I just bleeped myself, didn't I? Yeah, I did. The cool part about Adeline, though, is that she's like going out. She's going out to fight. I mean, she's going to parties with the enemy and joining the resistance, and she's never telling anybody any of it. She has so many complex emotions and struggles that you're just left wondering where this is all gonna lead and where's it gonna end. Naturally, we all know what happened during World War II and what happened to certain countries and people, but it's different hearing it from like the perspective of Adeline in the resistance, and just to know that she's not like a real person, so none of this is a real account, but it's still talking about real events. But it's interesting even more because Adeline isn't just some French commoner who's like joining the resistance to fight back for a better France. She's part of the French elite, the people who are on top right now. Even during the occupation, she's still got a lot going on, but she's trying to like defy the people in charge, even though she's in the elite with them. And she can't even tell her sister, Alice's grandmother, what's going on, and it's just so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking when her family gets into fights, or her and her sister get into fight, because you know they're on the same side, but she can't say any of that. She can't tell anyone anything. Watching these two sisters get further apart, it really hits you in the feels. And the romance in this book is so cute but dramatic. Like, it's so cute, guys, but it's just like, what is going on? Because of everything, you're just like, ah. I mean, starting with Alice and Paul. Paul is the guy she meets. Everybody just give a for Paul, welcome him to the group. They are literally cute from the moment they meet each other to the end of the book. They're so cute, guys. Oh my gosh, jealous? I may be jealous. I mean, I'm not jealous. My boyfriend is fantastic. I love you, Matt. But like, their relationship is so cute, but like in the middle of the book, the big fight happens because every couple has to have a fight in the book. You know it. You know this happens. And it really crushes you. You wonder, are things gonna get better? Like, some authors don't make things better, some authors do make things better, and you don't know unless you've read another Jordan Taylor book, which I have not. And for Adeline, her love story with Luke, Luke, a fellow rebel, I mean, it's harrowing to see them fight evil together and just, they have to split because of the war, and you're like, no, come back. I mean, again, not split as in breakup, like they're literally split up in war. It's a war story. They're split up because they're in the resistance. You can see my light. I used to have like a million different lights, but now I've gotten a light directly from my camera. It's great. Back to the story. The author does such a great job of showing just how deep in love Adeline and Luke are throughout the whole story, and I just love all the romance in this book, man. It's a book about Paris. Of course there's good romance. But anyway, the fact that what they're doing is so dangerous and so hard, doesn't keep either of them from loving each other, and it's such a deep love, and it's so cute, guys. It's so cute, unlike that book from last time. Oh my god! This book covers a lot, and it does it really well. That being said, it's time for... Are you gone? No? Let's do it again. Are you gone? Is everybody gone? Everybody? I think there's some laughs. Let's spin it again. Yeah, I think they're gone. Alright, let's continue. First of all, Adeline literally never gets the chance to tell her sister what's going on. Ever. They literally, the book ends and she doesn't know. And it's like, it's a nightmare, man. It's a nightmare. I mean, seriously, they grow so far apart, and it's killing Adeline because Adeline knows they're on the same side, but she can't tell her sister. And her sister finds out that she's getting cozy with German officers because she's trying to get information because she's a rebel spy. And her sister is like, "You're a pig." And she's like, "No, I'm not." And you're just like, why can't they talk? But they can't talk because if something went wrong, they would all die. I mean, the sister completely cuts the family off, and it's just so hard for Adeline. It's so hard for Adeline. And you might be wondering, what does happen to Adeline? Well, Adeline dies. She straight up dies, guys. This isn't like, this book doesn't pull any punches. She fights for the resistance. She falls in love. She has to break off with her sister. And in the end, she dies. And Luke, oh my god, I can't even imagine what Luke as a character went through after all this, because he got sent to the camps afterwards. Brother, the camps? I mean, look, it's not real. Like, these people aren't real. So in some way, you're able to detach a little bit. But like, if you're a reader, you understand that these people might as well be real. Like, we're so emotionally connected to them that they really might as well be real people, you know, at this point. And, you know, you get so attached and you want to see these characters win, and when they die so close to actually winning, it sucks the life out of you. And at the end, when Alice and Paul find Luke together, oh, and they finally put together the whole puzzle, and it's like, oh my god. It just keeps punching you in the stomach. Like, this book never stops punching you right in the gut. But it does fit together, you know? It punches you in the gut, yes, but it fits together, and it just perfectly, you know? And you can't help but be so happy that it's all okay, but it's not okay. It's a very somber but sweet ending. And I'm just so glad that Alice and Paul make up after their fight on the 4th of July, because honestly, it killed me. It killed me watching them fight. I was like, Alice, what are you doing? And then I was like, Paul, stop. And then I was like, please just love each other. Please just love each other. It was hard for me to read about her blowing up like that. It really was, because it's just like, why are you doing this, girlfriend? But I get it. Unresolved family trauma leads to more trauma. I understand. And that may not make sense if you haven't read the book yet, you know, like, why did they, what does that mean? But like, I'm not telling you. Read the book. Welcome back if you've come from skipping, and hello again if you've come from spoilers. I don't know what I'm saying. So we're coming to the end of the review, which means we're going to talk a little bit about the author, Jordan Taylor. I'm gonna put on my glasses so that I can read you all this information from my computer. Jordan Taylor is a Canadian woman who moved to the US for her employment and has quite a lot of accomplishments in that employment. Honestly, I couldn't find a whole lot of information here, unfortunately. I know she works out of New York and has multiple awarded books and book awards. She has 3 books currently out and is working on 2 more. It looks like she has Paper Girls of Paris, which is this book, which was released in 2020. A crisis book books in a crisis, don't worry about it. She has Don't Breathe a Word, published in 2021, and The Revenge Game, published in 2023. Now, I don't know if any of those books are similar to this one, but I would like to check out at least one more of them. And I think that one is going to be the book she has planned for 2025, which is The Rebel Girl of Rome. Rebel Girls of Rome looks a lot like a book that I would want to read after reading this book, so hopefully next year I can snag that when it comes out and get to reading. A little bit more about her is she worked as an executive digital editor for Men's Health magazine. From what I can tell, she's kind of moved into writing as a career from that, so that's not something she does anymore. She does more of the writing stuff now. So will I be reading her books? Will I be reading any more of her books? Probably. But this was a big plus. This was a big old A+ right here. If I had to rate this book, I would rate it an 8, maybe an 8.5. We'll go with 8.5 out of 10. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. As always, let me know if you've read this book, what you thought of it, and if you haven't read this book, are you going to read this book after this review? And I hope you guys have a sorry, I don't know why I just cursed there. I hope you guys have an amazing day. My goal is to get to 200 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you're not subscribed, maybe stick around. I do book reviews and mental health videos and short films every once in a while. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I love you all. Goodbye.